It is 2025 and we are already in February. Of course, we're recording tonight, so we have the ability for you to use captions as needed. You just need to go down and turn them on. And we will go ahead and get started tonight. And as normal, we will start tonight with our CEO, Tricia Miller. And I believe she has a screen she wants me to share.
So hello, everyone. Welcome to February and happy International Day of Women and Girl in Science. I think it's a perfect day for our STEMmobile to be out, but I know it wasn't because of the bad weather, the roads and everything. But today is a day to celebrate all that we do to support girls in their science experiments or in STEM. So thank you for all that you do there. And as Amanda said, welcome to February. So I do have, there we go. We've had a lot of questions come up about the membership dues and the changes in the membership dues. I know we've talked about them before and we've gotten input. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware that for next year, next membership year, which is effectively starting October 1st, 2025, girl membership dues will be $45 in dues to GSUSA and $15 for the council service fee for GSGWM for a total of $60. So our council service fee is not changing next year. It's staying exactly the same, which is essentially in line with the feedback we received, the overall feedback we received from our members, our volunteers and members during our feedback meetings that we held last fall. For adults, our adult members will be paying $30 for annual dues next year. And for any of you who are out recruiting new girls or new adults with the extended year, which starts on April 1st, and that's for memberships that are from April 1st to September 30th, 2026. It's not for people who are renewing on April 1st. It's for a year and a half of membership. Membership dues for girls will be $63 to GSUSA and $20 for our council service fee. So for the extended year memberships, it's a total of $83. Total extended year memberships for adults are $42. There are no changes to the lifetime membership amounts. So lifetime membership will remain at $400 regardless of the change in the annual dues. Or for our alums who are under the age of 30 or currently registered volunteers who have 10 or more years of service, then a lifetime membership is $200. And of that lifetime membership, $25 comes back to support Girl Scouts of the Green and White Mountains. So I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of this. The board did look back at the council service fee and voted to maintain things the same. The great news is our cookie, we have a cookie incentive for girls, and that incentive, even though it was put out there before the changes in dues or anything, does cover the full cost for girls who reach that level of the membership dues and the council service fee. So that's really exciting news. It's we're hoping that we'll have several thousand girls reach that level again this year, just as they did last year. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them with regards to that.
Thank you, Tricia. And I think you've got I think Mel Pippin was raising her.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had a quick question about lifetime membership. Because I think you said 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that consecutive years, or is that like include the years when you were a youth plus you're an adult?
It's your years of service. So it's your volunteer years.
Okay.
Okay. So it doesn't mean that if you were a girl for 5 years, then you've been a volunteer for 5. It's 10 years of your volunteer service.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions on this? And obviously we'll continue to look at this every year, but it is something the decision has been made for next year right now. Okay. Excellent. Thank you all.
Thank you, Tricia. And next we are going to be Rachel Silverman from Troop 63154, I believe, is going to talk about some of the stuff their Trailblazer troop does.
helps if I unmute myself. Hi, I am Rachel Silverman. I also have my counterpart, Nicole Lamoth, here tonight. I believe she
I am here.
joined as
Hello.
well. Yeah, there we go. Um, so we run a Trailblazer troop, and it's not your traditional Trailblazer troop. If you want to move the slide forward.
Aha, there it is.
So we try to be a very much outdoor troop. We try to go on hikes. We try to do as much outdoors as we can. I think you can move the slide forward.
So part of what helps our Trailblazer troop is, as leaders, we've made a commitment to getting certified in a bunch of areas. We noticed with the, I'm not sure of the acronym, I'm getting it right, but the activity checkpoints, a lot of the activities do require more training or knowledge about different things. So between the two of us that are leaders right now and our volunteer, which happens to be Erin Silverman, we do have our basic outdoor living skills or bowls, advanced outdoor living skills, the canoeing and watercraft one right at this point. Wilderness first aid, I've been certified every 2 years, and that includes CPR and first aid. And we're going to add that, I think, to Rachel this year, which is exciting. Erin has the USA Archery Level 2, Vermont Hunter Safety Instructor status. I'm also Belay certified for rock climbing through High Five, which is a rock climbing and climbing organization through Southern Vermont. And between the two of us, we have different Girl Scout awards, including the gold and silver award. So we found these really helpful in helping the girls with our troop. The bottom slide is my first time actually being in a hammock, thanks to my AOL's training this fall. Ready for the next slide?
Yep. So we take our girls outside, or we at least keep them active, even if we can't go outside. So we've done all sorts of hikes. We've done Bingham Falls, which is in, it's in the Gap. I completely forget.
Like up near Stowe.
Yeah, it's up near Stowe. Alice State Park, which is actually very close to us. We did Adventure Weekend at Farnsworth. We've gone snowshoeing. We did Falls of Lana, which is near Campersville. I cannot remember the name of the town that was in. It might be in the slide if you guys want to look. And we've done indoor ice skating. And we actually recently did outdoor ice skating on a rink in town. So we try to keep them active. You know, this is just a little bit of what we have done with them. But it keeps them coming back. They want to be outdoors. You know, I know some of our scouts, they did, one of them did like the fly fishing during Farnsworth weekend, which she seemed kind of really interested in, and a couple of them also did the lumberjacking skills, which they both really enjoyed. It felt really empowering to them to do these things, and get them out there. So yeah, unless Nicole has something, we can move to the next slide.
As was our Trailblazer title, for these girls, they each took turns for the Trailblazer badge, actually, to lead the troop in the different activities. So they would come up with, like, what are the safety things we need to be aware of on this particular hike, about how long we're going to go, who's going to be the head of the train, the tail of the caboose, you know, other things you should pack in preparation for it. So really putting the girls in charge. That's it. Next slide, please. So one thing for our Trailblazers, we thought the girls really needed and wanted to learn about different outdoor skills. You see the patch there in the upper left part of the slide, each little charm they get when they have earned that skill. So everything from first aid to outdoor cooking, knot tying. You can see kind of the Girl Scout way. There's fire building, leave no trace, just to name a few. We also did, I think, water purification. Sometimes we had the skills and we worked on those. Sometimes we brought in experts like our buddy Flask to come and work with the girls, and they had a lot of fun. You know, like an expert comes from an hour away. You never know, if the girls really hear everything you have to say, even if you know the content really well. This was what we call a day at camp. A lot of the pictures you see here, where the girls had a theme, and they worked through stations, but not in any kind of organized way. We're like, okay, here's what happened today. Here's the emergency. What do you think is the most important thing you have to do? And the outdoor survival stills kind of kicked in. We also did see the bottom left, the knot tying, and figuring out if we want to go winter camping, which you want to do, we do have to carry all our water in, and how much water do you need per person, and how would we do that? And Flask walked us through. Tent building, they had, I don't know if it was a set amount of time, it was a set amount of questions.
Yeah.
They could only ask us as leaders so many questions. Otherwise, they had to kind of puzzle through the process without any kind of picture or directions. The team building put to the test. The upper right, they were using flint and steel to make individual fires on the metal trays, and the bonus that they could cook their marshmallow and keep it going. Also some canoeing and boating. They had a lot of fun that day. It was super windy, so they got the arm workout, which was fun. And then Leave No Trace was also part of our Green Up Day. So in Vermont, they, in celebration of, I believe it's May 1st? No. Can't think of the day of it now, but Earth Day.
It's around the beginning of May. Yeah.
They go and pick up rubbish from all different places that are frequented and leave them in these green bags. And then the local trash authorities come and pick them up, which is really cool. They really enjoy doing that every year. So it fits in with kind of our hiking and being outdoors. Okay, next slide.
So we wanted to highlight this because this was a council event that our girls went to, and they participated in Camp Farnsworth Adventure Weekend for older scouts this year. They did a lot. There was the lumberjack skills that they learned. There were not a lot of girls that were signed up for it, but two of our scouts did, and they loved it. They learned how to properly split wood, and they also learned how to take down invasive species around camp. Actually, they went out looking, and it's been months now, so I can't even tell you what kind of invasive bush it was, but it was all over camp. So they started taking some of them down to help out. They also participated in the journal making. They found that really interesting. It was kind of like upcycled materials. There was a lot of, cardboard being used and all sorts of stuff. They really enjoyed that. And they also participated in learning airsoft rifles at Adventure Weekend. And I believe that was also taught by Flask. So they all really enjoyed it. If your scouts are old enough, I definitely recommend that you push them to go. They learned a lot, and they definitely enjoyed it. So next slide.
So we're fortunate enough to be partnered with a community organization called the American Legion. I'm sure you're familiar. They allow us to meet in their meeting space and gratefully buy fall product and cookies from us as well. Part of this partnership, they also kind of offer different community service opportunities. So girls that need to get hours from a particular organization and have a certain amount accumulated have been able to work through the American Legion. We're hoping to actually do a grave cleaning project with them coming up. They've also had us in parades, planting flags for Memorial Day and Veterans Day celebrations, passing out like popsicles to folks that participate in the parade afterwards. Just a lot of fun things. And they're a really cool group. They also invited us, and you'll see another picture later, to serve dinner for their annual Veterans Day Thanksgiving dinner. And the girls really enjoy going and helping and serving and cleaning up with the American Legion. And they seem to like the girls. They
love the girls.
Really excited to have them there, and the smiling faces. And some of them are even, I think, related to some of our girls. So small community living. It's been really fun. Next slide.
So one thing that we think is really important as part of our troop, that I think kind of sets us apart from some other troops. When I was a Girl Scout, it was really big for us, was giving back to the community. So we just wanted to highlight some of the things that our girls have done. So in the top left corner, there's community cookie decorating. So our girls baked all of the cookies. We made the frosting. We invited the community to come out and decorate cookies with us, just as like a fun little thing to do. They really enjoyed it. The people that attended really had a good time. Just something fun to do and get people out of their houses in the doldrums of the winter. Our girls also pick every year where they would like to have their donated cookies donated to. So a couple of years ago, they chose the local healthcare professionals. So we brought them to the pediatrician's office in town. They are probably most of them go there. So they all really appreciated that. We made first aid kits that were donated to the community. There's a biking shop in town that the first aid kits are being donated to. So, so people who are going out on their own adventures have these nice little first aid kits that the girls prepared. We have serving dinner to veterans. We do that every year. I think we've done that for 3 years. I could be wrong. It might be 4. Our scouts really love doing that. They get to talk to all of the veterans that are there, and the veterans all really, really appreciate it. And the last thing that we really wanted to highlight was our scouts made feminine hygiene kits and donated them to the high school. So, you're having a bad day at school, maybe you need some supplies and you got caught off guard. So we donated them to the nurse. They had some sanitary supplies. They had like a little piece of chocolate and like a little note in there just like little pick-me-ups, because you're probably having a bad day if you're getting this kit. So just fun little things that we've done, all community service. So definitely it's all the girls decide to do all of these things. These are not things that we push on them. They've worked and created each one of these events and put them together. So all from their heads. So next slide.
So our girls are primarily cadets and seniors. So we did have a few juniors and they've kind of aged up. Remember, girls of this age are super transparent with their feelings. If you folks have older girls in your troop, they are usually pretty easy and open with sharing it. Sometimes too open and maybe brash, but we love it. We found that it's really helpful to give girls as much choice and voice. So voice and choice with the activities, with how we roll out an activity, with what meals they have. We have the fun challenges in our group of everyone likes something different, or there's some dietary needs we need to be careful of. So we made meals, or the girls made meals, and they put them on note cards. So we have so many breakfasts, so many lunches, so many dinners, and ones that are super flexible. So you could pick and choose what fits in your meal to cook it on your separate pan if that's what needs to happen. We had them take the meeting notes, and we also publish those notes in Band. It's an app that we use for communication. That way we're not texting parents and getting lost in where all the texts go. Where's that information again? It's all in one place. It's been really, really helpful, and it's free. So we've enjoyed using that. It's helpful for the girls too, the voice and choice. They can vote and say, I can be there for the cookie booth from 1 to 3 o'clock, or I really want to go to this adventure weekend, and they vote, and you can see who voted for which things, which is nice. We use an annual permission slip. So it's a separate invite on Band, but one permission slip covers us for the year. The girls also put together our calendar, different activities they want to do that kind of meshes in with the school calendar. We realize as they get older, they get busier, and they should be in charge of their time as much as they can be. The transparency you see in the pictures kind of extends to us too. The top one was at the adventure weekend. first thing in the morning, they were kind of grumpy. I'm like, you guys aren't nearly grumpy enough. You know, we didn't make you sing loud enough for your breakfast. So I'm like, show me you're grumpy. So they all put on extra sass for a picture. And we as leaders may have too, a different opportunity.
Absolutely.
So we try and have fun as much as we can. Next
I
slide.
did see that
Oh.
Carrie had asked, what do we have planned coming up? I know our last meeting that we had, we talked about, you know, what we want to do after cookie season, because, you know, cookie season is cookie season. We don't do a lot. We try to do as much as we can, but it's hard to get them every single weekend, being older scouts. So we're planning, you know, we were talking about what they want to use their cookie money for. So they want to go camping. They definitely want to go boating and hiking again. They talked about maybe an amusement park or water park, which you guys will get our paperwork for if they decide to do that. So like I mentioned, we just went ice skating over this past weekend. We might end up doing that again because it's very local to us, and I think it's like $4 for the girls to go ice skating. So it's a good little activity to get them outside and together instead of just being inside all the time.
You guys are amazing. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So but yeah, when we go camping, we typically have someone find some place to hike nearby, you know, so we can kind of make like an event out of it. Like, okay, so we'll go camping and we'll, you know, the last place we went camping, they had boats that we could borrow. We didn't even have to rent them. They were free. So it was all included. So that was really nice. So hopefully we can find something like that again. So we're not spending a ton of money, you know, just for the campsite.
I think one of the new things we offer to the girls, and they're still mulling this about, is letting them lead a meeting or half a meeting each with a topic of interest they have. A couple of the girls stepped forward and said, you know, we really want to do something in makeup, and they want to do everyone's makeup and show us how to match colors and get looking just right for your face shape and whatnot. And I'm trying to remember what the other topics were that came up. I think something to do with animals.
One of our scouts, she's big into swimming. So
That's
she
right.
wants to work with some of our girls who maybe aren't great at swimming. Obviously have to follow all the steps that need to be done for that with a lifeguard and all of that, but definitely
networking. We have one online. We're good.
We do, yes.
Not a virtual lifeguard. Don't get that confused. No.
Yeah. So definitely something that we're still working on. You know, and we'll even probably add stuff that we're interested in. So Aaron, he's a mechanic, you know, and that actually falls into badge work. There's the car care badge that he wants to kind of put together. So share our passions as well, but still keeping them engaged and you know, at least in the cold winter months, get them doing things that maybe aren't so cold.
Any questions?
Do you guys meet during the summer? Do you do it go through the summer?
We don't typically. We sometimes go camping in the summer only because of schedules and stuff like that. Two of our scouts last year went to Japan and a foreign exchange trip. So last summer we definitely did not go camping when we wanted to. But you know, if we were to go camping, just because it's so cold up here in like May. So
Yes, very much
we
so.
try to go camping for, you know, deeper into the summer. So
Right.
That is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel and Nicole, for talking us through your troop tonight. And I see that you put your information up here, and I was looking real quick. I didn't see, I think Ursula just asked what town you guys are out of.
so we're in Randolph, Vermont. So right smack dab in the middle of Vermont.
Awesome. So I think they'll be on for a little bit if you guys have any more questions in the chat. And of course, we can always help connect you if you have any more questions. Thank you so much, both of you,
You're
for coming
welcome.
tonight.
You're welcome. Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you. Awesome. So the next would be me. Real quick, just roll through some membership numbers real quick, and then I will turn this over, I believe, to volunteer support. So as of midnight last night, we had 5,248 girls with 2,060 adult memberships, and then another 1,606, which is lifetime memberships. That leaves us right now at a retention rate of 72% overall, with girl retention at 67.6 and adult lifetime at 78.6. So we are trending a little bit behind, especially with our newer girls. We're going to have some incentives coming up, and we've had some incentives that just finished up last week. If you have room in your troop, would like for us to get you anything like fill your troop flyers, any kind of flyers for your bulletin boards or any community centers, please just let us know. We're happy to assist you in any way we can. Don't forget, we also have a little bit of funds if you're going to be doing something in your community for recruitment and retention for your girls and to bring in some new girls. Just send us an email and let us know what you got planned and how much money you think it's going to cost, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Oh, and I think that is all I have right now. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Amanda Powell in volunteer support.
Thank you, Amanda LeClaire. You can hop to the next slide. This is our lovely volunteer support team. You have myself, I'm the lead for volunteer support. We have Anne Marie Orio and Carrie Zames on tonight, both are volunteer support specialists. Anne Marie works a lot with our new leaders, and Carrie does a lot of our travel. We also have Alessa Bagalio and Dee Dee Rice, who are also our volunteer support specialists. Next slide, please. Just wanted to give a quick shout out for some adult training opportunities that we have. If you're interested in any of these, all you have to do is reach out to customer care. They'll get you in touch with me and we'll get it on the books. The first one we have that we can offer for you is Youth Mental Health First Aid. This is a national certification that you would get in how to do first aid in a mental health crisis, the same way that you would do first aid in a physical health crisis. It's a wonderful course. I love teaching it. Please reach out. It is such a joy to be able to share it with people. Another one that I really love running is Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports, or PBIS. This training has no fee. It takes about like an hour and a half, 2 hours if you want to like really get into it. And we can do some like role playing and stuff together, which is a good time. And what this will do, it's kind of a behavior management training, and we'll walk through how to do some environmental structuring and other things to kind of help like divert some behaviors that we don't want to be seeing in a group setting. And it does it in a really positive way. So it's not about consequences. It's not about like punishing. It's about teaching these new good behaviors we really want to see. It's good. And we also always have conflict resolution training available on demand on GS Learn. If you're interested in that, just gonna pop an email to customer care and we'll get it added right to your dashboard there. We have some other additional trainings and opportunities that we can do as well. If there's something you're interested in, just reach out and let us know. We can usually figure it out and get it running for you. Next slide. And one of those trainings, a required training we have, is the Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention course. This is already loaded into your GS Learn. Many of you have taken it already. This is just a reminder that we're doing. Just please make sure to take it if you haven't yet. These are really difficult subjects to think about, and we understand that. But the prevention of that abuse is a topic we take really seriously. Taking this training will prepare you to recognize, respond to, and report concerns of child abuse and neglect. And it will help empower you to prevent abuse by learning our recommended protocols. Again, this is a mandatory training. We're asking that we're going to have everybody refresh this every 2 years. We will send out reminders periodically. If you aren't able to complete this training, we will have to remove you from your volunteer role until you can get it completed. We really appreciate and value your role in our organization, and like really appreciate your prompt attention to this. The training itself should take about 50 minutes for you to complete. And because it's on GS Learn, you can pause it, walk away, come back as needed. Next slide, please. This is just a quick reminder from the volunteer support team, asking for all of you to give us a hand and give us some help with this. The updates to our troop catalog, their participation catalog, were due by October 1st. We have had an unfortunately high number of folks reaching out recently telling us that they're not going to take someone that was added to their troop. And we unfortunately, some of those girls were not able to find a troop to join, which is not the experience we want for anyone. And it does not look great for us that we cannot get them a troop that was listed as open. So just as a reminder, we are not going to remove those new girls that join, especially if those open spaces are listed in the catalog. If for some reason you don't know if you've updated your catalog, you have a friend that's a troop leader, you're not sure you've heard of them updating theirs, just give them a quick shout out, a quick reminder, because we want to make sure that everyone can have a great experience. If you have concerns about managing a troop with an additional girl in it, reach out and let us know. In volunteer support, that's our bread and butter. We can come out, we can help you plan, help you figure out what you need to feel successful with the group size that you have. So we would really, hands together, we'd really appreciate your help in making sure we can get that stuff updated. That's my last update for me with my volunteer support hat. I am doing an update now for Ginger in our media team. If we can go to our next slide. She wasn't able to be here tonight, but I said I would happily be Ginger on her behalf. So we have the wonderful media team here at the Girl Scouts of Great and White Mountains. And this gives your Girl Scouts a chance to speak for the council, both this cookie season and all year round, by participating in the media team. Both adults and girls are welcome to join. Some will participate either by willing to be called upon for radio or TV appearances or to make comment for news stories. And others will get a full experience by earning the media team patch, which you can find on our website. If you have any questions, you think this is interesting, you want to know some more, you can reach out to Ginger through customer care. She can give you a call, she can pop you an email, she'll answer all your questions. She is fantastic at this, and it's always delightful to hear our Girl Scouts or see them on the TV. So give us a reach out if you think you'd be interested. That's all you got from me. So I will throw it back to Amanda so she can slide it on to the next person. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Amanda. I think that my next is going to be the Girl Experience team tonight.
Great. So hi, everyone. My name is Sam Luchek. I'm the new Director of Girl Experience, and our team is made up of many people that you would see delivering council-run programs and summer camp programs and organizing all the behind the scenes. And so as I go through these couple slides, I know Strings is on. If you have anything to add at any time, feel free to jump in. And we could go to the next slide. So I know a little small, we have a lot going on, but some council run events coming up to highlight. March is Girl Scout birthday month. And so if you're not already planning some activities with your troop, you could definitely join in some that we're organizing. And so there's a listing there. So I'll jump back to the maple sugaring first, actually, but there's a couple of special maple sugar focused events being hosted that you can see in early March. So you can join with your troop at different areas in our council. And then the Girl Scout week to celebrate the Girl Scout birthday month. We have a lot of different activities. And so we start with the birthday celebrations that are happening in both New Hampshire and Vermont. And then we have a virtual birthday celebration if you can't get out to those or if your troop can't. And that is followed by a couple other virtual activities that all troops can join in on. So magical baking for birthday cupcakes, engineer challenge, and an opportunity webinar to highlight some of our higher awards and other opportunities in the council. And if participants, girls participate in all of these activities, they could get different layers of the birthday cake patch that you can see on the corner there. Or if they even just come participate in one or two, they can of course get the layers that are fitting for the ones that they join. And just also happening in March, we have a winter lodge weekend happening at Camps Farnsworth. And so that is something to look forward to as well. Good on that, Strings. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So we have an announcement about some updated outdoor skills training for our adult volunteers. So all of you, so the outdoor adventure workshop is now becoming available on GS Learn instead of the option only for SurveyMonkey, the SurveyMonkey version. It's now going to be a 1.5 hour course on GS Learn that's a little more user-friendly and comprehensive to give you and new troop leaders or new volunteers that you're working with the option to learn some of those simple skills to get your troop outdoors and doing some more fire building and outdoor activities and being able to go for a one night in any of our lodging or any other area that you want to take your troop. Okay, we can go to the next one. And if you haven't heard already, there is the on-demand programming that we offer as well, and it's growing in popularity. We have the ability to use our team members to be able to reach out to troops in your areas that work best for your schedule. And so definitely something that you might want to explore if you're looking for, as you know, Nicole and Rachel are mentioning, maybe someone that had a little more experience in a certain area that you're not as comfortable with. It's a great way to be able to target a specific badge for your troop or a specific activity. And we have a list of all those focuses and activities available on the website right now that you could check out, and you could put in a request for on-demand programming. And also the STEM van is about to be coming around soon in April and May. So that's something you could plan for as well or book for your troop, a fun activity for the STEM month in the area where they could come to you and the girls can do an activity and earn a patch as well. And Cassandra or Strings is on it, putting some links right there in the chat if you want to reach out. That's an easy way to do it. And we could go to the next slide. Great. And last but not least, summer camp registration is open. If you haven't heard yet, we have many spots open and different ways to enjoy summer and enjoy our properties and find the one that fits best for the troop or individual camper or family. And so all the locations are listed there of our programs, both our staff-led and volunteer-led programming for the summer that happens specifically as under the blanket of summer camp. We also do hold monthly Q&As, both for the day camp side of the world and the overnight camp at Farnsworth, so that you can get more information, or your families can. Anyone can sign up at any time and be able to talk with one of our team members to learn more about camp and ask some questions. And the last little plug here is we are hiring and looking for camp staff. And so if you know of anyone that's responsible and enthusiastic, eager to work with kids, we're looking for anybody who is interested in and around our camps that could be a good fit. So if that's one of you, please, we encourage you to apply and see how it could work in your schedule and benefit the campers and provide a great experience for yourself for the summer. But also if you know of anyone that would be a good fit to work the summer, someone that is maybe looking for something else to do and put something on their resume, is a wonderful opportunity to give back to Girl Scouts and other younger girls, as well as build those skills yourself. And I think that is it for us.
I think so. And I believe next is going to be our product sales. Thank you, Sam.
Hi, everyone. This is Robin Boyd for you this evening. On our next slide, we just have one quick slide we wanted to talk about tonight. We have some booth opportunities, and we're so grateful to the many corporate business partners who have graciously offered their locations to host our council secured booths. Now, for those of you who do have troops, there are many council booths locations still available. So we certainly would hope you would consider picking a location. And depending if you're a younger troop, you may want a smaller location. Some of them are inside. And if some are more ambitious troops, there are certainly many high traffic areas to meet those demands. So one of the things that we also wanted to say is some of you may not have a troop. Maybe you have other roles in Girl Scouting. Your voice is just as valuable in our program because you are the voice to share the good news, to share the news about our product program, their first taste of running a business, and the opportunity for these Girl Scouts to earn or to achieve confidence, to be able to greet their customers and share all their aspirations and goals. So, so important. The easiest way, if you have friends and family looking for a booth, go to our website and look at the cookie locator. You simply enter a zip code and it's going to tell you all the locations where there are booths in your area. And if you prefer texting, well, we've got you covered there too. Cookies, just type cookies into a chat at 59618. I had to make sure I had the right sequence. 59618. It'll bring you to our cookie locator, and you can share that with anybody as well. So we hope you'll explore booths if you do have girls, and I hope you will say thank you to the many, many businesses that have agreed to host us this year. And we hope you'll visit a booth in your travels and strike up a conversation with those young entrepreneurs. Enjoy the season. Booths are open now through March 16th. Thanks, and back to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Robin. And I think that is all that we have for slides and stuff. So that means we're going to go to our breakout rooms here in just a minute.